I'm also a former educator who care a lot about students here in Memphis. I have seen in my life firsthand the requirements that are out there for individuals who are getting into the workforce. My background is in environmental science as well as in legal advocacy and IT. And I think that that's actually something that we really need on the board, to have someone who have not only just technical skills, but also has the legal knowledge as well as to kind of help move the board forward. So I decided to run for this position because I have seen the need myself in these classrooms firsthand as an educator, and I've also been outside of the box as well. I've worked in schools here in Memphis as well as outside of the district and the state, and I have seen that there is a dire need for students to get resource allocations, for teachers to have the support that they need in the schools. So currently I do sustainability consulting on the side, as well as I do work for a communications company as an IT support specialist. I also am involved in legal advocacy as well. I am not entirely sure if you've heard about the viral video of the 80-year-old woman who was illegally evicted, but my family and the organization that I'm attached to helped get her reverse that eviction. And I bring that up for a reason, because that does help with contract oversight, those skills that I learned in that advocacy work. Ultimately, students are the future workforce. I think it's very important for the business community to know that there should be an open line of communication between the school board and the Chamber of Commerce. What we produce in the schools is what's going to also help with economic revenue throughout the city and county. And so I think it's important to ensure that students have the resources that they need and also have a clear direction or even options. Because I don't believe in telling a student or a child that, hey, you have one option to do this. I want them to have the opportunity to have options when they graduate. It's important for us, for teachers, for adults, for liaisons to support students in the classroom, providing them technical skills, which is going back to that open communication between the Chamber of Commerce and school board. I think there's an open pipeline there. I've also worked out in California for a solar nonprofit, and one of the best programs that I ever saw was they had a program called Solar Futures, and that program allowed students, allowed the solar nonprofit to go into the classrooms with students. They were able to kind of open up different opportunities for students to learn about the science of energy and renewable energy, and also give them firsthand experience that is appropriate, age appropriate for each classroom and curriculum on how to install solar panels, EV chargers, and things of that nature. And they also receive certificates. That right there is a clear direction of that pipeline between the schools and a business community. So one of the greatest opportunities, I think, associated with the position and also partnering up with the business community is trying to figure out how we can partner up together to increase an efficient workforce. That starts off with providing that technical training in schools. I believe in apprenticeship programs. I also believe in looking into different companies and businesses around the city. FedEx has a logistical department, and we can think about programs that will help students get into supply chain, if that makes sense. In addition to that, there are technical companies here in the city of Memphis, IT, data analyst work. AI is very popular, but also very demanding as well. And so what I would like to do and what I want to be a part of if I am elected for this position is to mend that gap between, we need to teach our students and give them opportunities to learn these skills that is going to put them into the workforce. I think that looking at the statistics and the data, that there is a dire need for someone to go into that role and support the students. And so I want to look into the need of literacy. Science-based curriculum and literacy is extremely important. I think that we need to allocate those funds more into that area, as well as making sure that we have individuals who understand contract oversight. We have to vet out good contracts that will help allocate resources in the schools. In addition to that, we have to prepare our students for going into the workforce, because ultimately that's what's going to happen. Once a student graduates from high school, They are either met with a workforce opportunity or they're met with going into college. I want to be able to help guide them into that direction, because I want to say, hey, we have counselors, we have individuals in the schools, and I want to invest in this as well. We have individuals in the schools that's going to help students who, if they want to go to a 4-year university or a 2-year college, how can we help them evaluate their financial aid packet so they won't be in so much debt? How can we help them best find the right programs? And that starts off with children learning different technical skills. The schools that I have worked in previously in my life, I have seen firsthand where preschoolers are learning 3D coding. And unfortunately, half the schools in Memphis do not have that for high school programs. So how do we figure out how to get the funding that we need and look into, if we have to look at budget cuts, what areas can we actually take from there to actually fund the schools and fund these programs properly? And so I really want to work with the business community so that we can create that workforce development pipeline between the schools and the business community.